How to Save $1,000 per Month. Part 2 by David K. Drews. Copyright 2020 masterminduniversity.com. Introduction. Do you want more money-saving ideas than the 300 in How to Save $1,000 per Month by David K. Drews on Kindle? If so, continue listening. David wrote this during the COVID lockdowns but never published it. Living expenses. If you rent, ask your landlord if a lease is possible. Signing a 1 or 2 year lease usually reduces rent by a modest amount. If you're handy and can handle extra work, you can see if you can join the maintenance team at your apartment complex. If you rented a room through Airbnb, you could save substantially, but you'd give up a lot of your personal space. If you have cash for a down payment and if you can manage the risk, you might house hack. When your income increases, don't immediately upgrade your life. Bank at least 1/2 of your raise. As far as the beer virus goes, it means many more people are working remotely. Working from home reduces gas expense, maybe the car altogether. Working from home should reduce dry cleaning expenses and lunches out. Remote work may well result in not having to pay for childcare. The remote working arrangement also may allow you and your family to relocate to a city or state with less expensive housing and lower state and city income taxes. Education expenses. College is extremely expensive. College could prove to be a gigantic financial blunder. Economists tell us avoiding major screw-ups is one part of retiring rich. Some gurus say if one can avoid major blunders, they won't have to have any grand accomplishments. Many students begin with a worthwhile major but finish with a liberal arts degree. If it's too hard, you might bag it. If you have to work full-time while in school, your grades could really suffer. You could work until you're in a better situation to attend school. Attending school online saves a lot of time, not just money. You could consider online colleges, both state-sponsored and private for profit. I earned an MBA from Jones International University, now Trident University. Trident School of Business charges $9,000 per year for tuition. That is a fairly good deal. The problem for me, and you should look into this as well, is I don't hear my boss or a manager from any company I'm interested in working for saying, "It would be great if I had an applicant with a degree in X." There is some research I could do for a PhD in business, but I do not know one single person anywhere who says she needs to hire a PhD for her company. No one where I live that I'm aware of is looking for an MBA for a long-term position that pays well. Be sure there is demand for your degree. You can get a degree to help you in your own business, but there are many entrepreneurs who do just fine without a degree in their field. Some degrees are total rip-offs. Further, a college degree could be earned by anyone who can pay or take on the debt. State oversight and quality assurances by some agencies say the degree is worthwhile. If you ask me, the foxes instruct the chickens. You could be ambushed, gaslighted, robbed, or simply lied to when looking for education, training, books, instructional videos, and jobs. Yes, engineering and business schools offer a little firewall protection from the crazies is the worthless departments. But carrots and sticks from higher up will mean 2 + 2 = inequality in engineering, too. The Kool-Aid the college students drink does not help the student or the local community. I see drinking the communist Kool-Aid as a surrender to the global elite. I reject peers and competitors that ever even sampled the Kool-Aid. When I was an undergrad, the commies thought the U.S. could never be brought down as its institutions were completely solid. Tell me how drinking the Jim Jones Kool-Aid helps our personal finances. You might read my Kindle ebook, Free and Low-Cost Education, with 30+ alternatives to traditional education. I am continuing my list of free and cost education sites and programs for my opt-in list on a PDF file. This list is available for free at my sites when you join the list. One education item on my PDF report is CLEP tests. Some colleges reward credit to students who pass CLEP tests. This saves a lot of money on tuition. When I was young, I knew a guy who was stationed at a listening post overseas, and with his abundant spare time, he studied for CLEP tests. I have 3 more points for this chapter. First, read Aaron Clary's book, Worthless. Second, Aaron Clary is a consultant. You could hire any given consultant for an answer to tangible, definable questions and guidance, rather than getting a degree. Third, Sean Hannity skipped college altogether and attended seminars at the Leadership Institute to further his career. You can do the same type of thing. Listen to Gene Simmons of the rock band Kiss, who says to jump into the deep end of the pool without a PhD in swimming. Or listen to David K. Drews, who says to connect buyers and sellers without red tape or official training. Remove parasites. How do you remove parasites? What are parasites? Parasites are bloodsuckers. They extract present and future value from their hosts. Start removing parasites by radically limiting the access of tattletales and mooches to you at all venues. When you hear some politician, pastor, or broadcaster make someone into a boogeyman, determine what the real problem is. There are literally millions of sheeple who are looking for a boogeyman or a new whipping boy to blame problems on and to make themselves feel good, or to distract the sheeple from the real scandal. Don't listen to people you know who tattle, gossip, are hyenas, or who participate in shady activity although they purport to be selfless servants of some sort. Be aware you could be on camera pretty much anywhere. You can delete apps from your phone and make it harder for a few people to gather data on you. You can limit donations to causes that seem worthy. You can tell the government no. Use Brave Web, an internet browser. Use Tor if you want to minimize your trail online. But realize even with Tor, people can still deduce who a visitor might be. Cut off any leaders of any type who are concerned with your behavior and/or extracting cash from you without any regard to your well-being. I'd be suspicious of FI bloggers who are Bernie brothers. Figure out who sends straw men your way if you ever get approached by local kingpins people. Ask any given parasite what their spirit animal is, and they'll say, the tongue-eating louse. Reducing financial expenses. There are a lot of marketers hustling all types of financial products and various amenities to high-income earners, and people casually following the FI movement. A lot of what is sold is unnecessary, but there are many marketers who are good at selling the sizzle. Blogger and Google Business are probably better than more costly blogging platforms. Blogger and Google Business are both owned by Google, so I'd have to imagine those two services indexing your content to the search engines. This is not always the case with more expensive hosting. Facebook ads frequently prove to be a waste of cash. Facebook's rules and ad format change. You can really zero in demographically to Facebook's users, but it's fairly expensive to reach US FB users. Reaching foreign FB users is very inexpensive. But why would they have to have reason to order from the US? Ads are subject to Facebook standards too. If you have a credit card, you may find you can get a reduced APR instead of rewards. Add up 12 months of rewards and compare with a 1% reduction in your APR. There are many investment newsletters and other financial services available online. Some gurus will provide YouTube videos that provide reasonable content for free, as well as their paid services, forums, newsletters, etc. If one doesn't follow the recommendations or rejects the guidance, we cannot expect the program to work. If one guru asks us, would you buy a stock for $3 that's really worth $1 because you believe the stock will go to $5? What will your answer be? I can name a few gurus that would and can do a decent job teaching his tribe the basics necessary to trade, or do long-term buy and hold, LTBH, and/or to make sense of commentary on cable news channels. A lot of people troll and become enraged with newsletter gurus and troll them for squat. If a person's situation is decidedly hopeless, how can anyone expect it to get fixed? Some trolls drink the Jim Jones Kool-Aid and decide to be a spokesperson of dystopia. If you decide to follow a plan, follow it or don't. You will probably need to allow a few quarters for earnings to improve, or for some other occurrence like an acquisition. We may not want to share our thoughts or trades with brainless, undisciplined people who would genuinely be surprised at a Wall Street collapse they wanted but thought was impossible. Some concerned trolls or Care Bears will shriek, fear-mongering, at the mention of stashing some cash, gold, silver, Bitcoin, and long puts. You do not need to enter yourself and your finances in realty circuit court of public opinion. Trolls and Care Bears will become angry and publicly gaslight. So just avoid the whole situation. Don't ignore red flags. If something seems wrong or if you have a funny feeling, you can say no. Maybe we need to quiet down and listen to our subconscious minds. I wouldn't maintain too many paid investment newsletter subscriptions. Another list of money-saving ideas. Try out the much cheaper versions of energy drinks. Ask about loyalty programs at the car repair shop, the vet, hotels, etc. Call your internet provider and see if you can decrease your internet speed. K. Know who offers the cheapest gas in your town and find who sells the cheapest gas where you travel. Watch for products you could use or sell from going out of business and liquidation sales. Don't spend too much on home decorations. Delete your debit and credit cards online. Sure, you probably can't afford a 30-day stay at Hippocrates, but how about a 3-day stay? Don't flash wealth, especially in these times. Again, I'd avoid a home warranty. Read the Bible because most human decisions prove wrong. Have and maintain emergency plans. If your local market for any given product is dried up, can you locate hungry markets with the internet? Use one PC or laptop for anonymous web surfing and a second for your finances. Avoid contests where the prize is nowhere near the sacrifice of time and money. I wouldn't buy a $1,100 cell phone if I wanted to save $1,000 per month. Working remotely should save on meals out, dry cleaning, gas, and time spent driving. Whatever the task, try to do it right the first time. Keep important documents and small valuables in a fire safe. When you go to the store, you might not donate your change or $1 to the store's chosen charity. If Uber, Lyft, your friend, and public transportation will do, calculate what you'd save not having a car of your own. Make food at home rather than pay for delivery. If you have the option to work from home, take it. Establish a sinking fund in addition to your emergency fund. Use a sinking fund for expenses you know are coming that are not emergencies. Mindset. Develop and maintain a winning mindset. Attitude. Saving $1,000 per month should have a place in your financial plans. Most debts, especially high interest and variable debts, hopefully have no place in your finances. Pleasing bosses and clients should preserve your job, and keeping our jobs obviously prevents us from withdrawing from any of our savings because of job loss. Back to living expenses and side hustle expenses. The main thing I want to tell you here is to continue to ramp up savings and investing when you meet with success. Don't act rich. Have an idea of the toys or amenities, your bucket list, you'd like to get if you meet with success. Know about how much the items cost. Know the ancillary expenses. Know where to buy the items. Tor and Brave can come in handy here. Economists have said for decades, when searching for and analyzing how and why people retire rich, that not screwing up is important. So in day-to-day life, or when making important life decisions, we should avoid screwing up as much as we should invite profits or pleasure. Please see www.mastermind-university.com for mostly free between you, me, and the lamppost suggestions.